All right, first and foremost, I want to give all honors and praises and glory belongs to my Lord and Savior, whose name is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Wahab, Quadash. The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. Son's name is Yahweh Shai, in who I reverence and honors. Excuse me just a minute. To the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit and to the hopeful elect across the globe and to the very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days. All right, and I want to say to Wadi Yahweh, to Wadi Yahweh Yahweh Shai, to Wadi Yahweh, to Wadi Yahweh Yahweh Shai, to Wadi Yahweh, to Wadi Yahweh Yahweh Shai for allowing me to minister to the elect in the hopes that they will be saved in these last days. All right, this lesson is going to be based on prayer, because prayer is vital. And what is prayer? Prayer is supplication. In the Hebrew, it means bakwash. And what's that? To plead, to ask, to beg. And it takes humility to pray. To actually pray, take out time. And to build a relationship with Yahweh, that takes humility. All right? And that's what we ought to do. Pray. Because that's the only way we can get through, is through prayer. And prayer is the connection. Prayer is the connection between you and Yahweh Shai. Okay? We talk about a relationship. Well, how do you build that relationship? By prayer. It's a communication. Right? How do you tap into that source? Through prayer. Okay? So I want to go into Matthew 6. I'm going to go into it. And when we're talking about communication, we're not talking about communication with the spirits, wicked spirits or spirits of your ancestors. We're talking about Yahweh Shai. Because some people pray to their ancestors and dead spirit. We're not talking about that. We're talking about praying to Yahweh Shai. We're going to go to Matthew 6, Baba Kashar. Hold on just a minute. There was something else as well. There was something in Matthew 6 and there was something in Matthew 7. Alright, excuse me just a minute. Alright, you know what? Let's go to this instead. This is Matthew 7 and 7. Ask and it shall be given you. So if you're asking for it, Yahweh Shai is faithful, right? You believe in Yahweh Shai, he's going to give you what you need. If you're asking in sincerity. And it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. So before we woke up to this trip, I can't speak for everyone. I wanted to know. I knew there was something wrong. I didn't quite know what it was, but I knew there was something wrong. The way I was living, the things I see around me, I knew there was something wrong. So guess what? You seek. You seek for answers. Why is this happening? Why is that happening? I was always very inquisitive. I always wanted to learn more. Seek and you shall find, and him that knocketh it shall be open. I'm moving too fast. Ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be open unto you. Excuse me just a minute. Go to Revelations just a minute. Knock and it shall be open unto you. Go to John 10 as well, bear me just a minute. It says, knock and it shall be open unto you. Go to John 10 and 9. If I am the door, by me if any man enter in, right, he shall be saved, he shall go in and out and find pasture. So how shall is that door? So you got to knock at that door. You can't come up some other way. You can't come up no other way. There's only one, and that's Yahweh Shai. And it shall be open unto you. What's going to be open unto you? Them pastures and them waters, rivers of living water. That's what was going to be open up to you. Verse 9. And what man is there of you, whom if his son asked bread, would he give him a stone? All right. Now, so Yahushua is saying, well, you ask for some bread. Is a man going to give you actually a stone? You won't do that unless you're being facetious, right? You're going to give him what he asked for, bread. Or if he asks a fish, will he give him a serpent, a snake? If he then being evil, right? And I heard an individual read the scripture and says, yeah, see, we're evil, right? So, not speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. This is speaking about those that are in the world. If he then being evil know how to give good gifts unto your children, why? Because those that are in the world, they celebrate these customs, Christmas, pagan holidays. And if they're not repenting, yes, they're considered evil. It's not talking about the brothers that are in the truth. A lot of men, they tell on themselves. How much more shall your Father which is in heaven give good gifts to them that ask him? How much more Yahushua is going to give a good gift to you that is serving him, and must him give spiritual gifts. Therefore, all things whatsoever men should do to you, do ye even unto them, for this is the law and the prophet. So what's this about? Praying. Right? So if the wicked people, the evil people within the world, their son or daughter ask for something, they give it to them. Right? Okay, how much more the Heavenly Father, and you're doing his work. Go to James, Babakashah. Prayer goes a long way. Prayer has definitely got me through this week, because every week, every day is something different that we experience. Prayer definitely gets me through. Without that, I don't care how faithful a man says he is, you need to pray. I don't care. All the prophets, they were praying. They had a relationship with Yahushua. They were heavy in prayer. And yes, you are going to get them times where Satan tries to hinder you. Satan will say, he ain't listening to you. Don't bother, don't pray. That's when you really need to pray. When you don't feel like praying, that's when you really need to pray. Go to James, Babakashah. Because that happens a lot. Go to James 1. Jump straight to verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask. There's that word ask again. Of Yahweh by Shem Hashem, give to all men liberally, generously, large amounts. And upbraideth not. You ain't going to upbraideth me to talk behind your back. Chat rubbish. You really think Yahweh's going to do that? You know? Because that's an act of faith. That's why you're asking him. And it should be given him, but let him ask in faith. Nothing wavering. Okay? For he that wavereth is like the wave of the sea. Okay? Driven with the wind and tossed. Okay? Let him ask in faith. Nothing wavering. Driven with the wind and tossed and fro. So if we don't believe, you're going to be like just double-minded. I don't know if he heard me. No, he did hear you. You're going to believe when you're praying that Yahushua receive that prayer. Okay. For let not any man think he shall receive anything of the Lord. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So when you send up a prayer, yep, Yahushua receive that. If he hasn't received it yet, he's going to receive it through the angel, because it's the angels. We don't go directly to the. That's why when you have men saying the Most High, the Most High, this and the Most High, bro. Even when you pray, anything you say, it goes before the angels first. Then it goes before Yahushua. When Yahushua presents it before the Heavenly Father. Okay? Just think about the Most High. So now we're going to go to Matthew 6, and it also tells us how to pray. And this is basically the best way. But remember, you're going to be out and about, so you're not always going to be able to go into your closet, right? You can pray when you're traveling. You can pray when you're driving. You can pray anywhere, and that's the beautiful thing about it. It's free. It's free without. You can pray. The most important things are free, right? But Esau wants to put a price on everything. Let's go to Matthew 6 and 5. And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues, right? The big Shammai prayers. Everybody's looking, right? And in the corners, he says, face the east. and you start doing that in front of everyone. You don't even need to do that. You could just start off, I want to give all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh, and that's it. Nothing fancy. Because now we're going to go into it. But when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues, the marketplaces, right? In the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men, to be seen to look a certain way, outwardly. But within you got demons all up in your inward parts. Verily I say unto you, they have their rewards. Their reward is being seen of men. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray, right, to thy Father which is in secret. So wherever you are, your flat, your hostel, your house, you shut the door and you pray secretly, right? Because that's how Yahweh deals, and it shows sincerity. And thy Father which seeth thee in secret shall reward thee openly. Okay, but when you pray, use not vain repetitions, right? I heard someone tell me before, yeah, I sit down an hour, a whole hour. Well, is that, no, it shows a man's dedication, but an hour, you don't even need to, a prayer doesn't even need to be a minute long. That's the over righteous spirit, okay? While you're doing that, you could have done a quick prayer, and you could have done videos between that time. So what was you saying? You mean to tell me you was just sitting down there for a whole hour, just praying? Which nothing is wrong, but you want to make it short. Yahweh said, "Let your words be short, comprehended, much in few words." But when you pray, use not vain repetitions over and over and over and over and over again. Vain repetition, as the heathen do, for they think they shall be heard for their much speaking. The Ishmael does that. The Arabs do that in Saudi, right? For everybody to see, vain repetition. But are they being heard? No. Be not therefore like unto them, for your Father knoweth what things you have need of before you ask him. He already knows. Okay. He already knows what you need. And after this manner therefore pray ye our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. It's a main prayer, and you got this in the Hebrew as well. Right, you can get it up in the Hebrew. Just type in Matthew's 6th or 9th prayer in the Hebrew. It will come up in the Lashon Kodash. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Yahweh's will, not ours, in earth as it is in heaven, because everything in the heavenly realm is in order. Give us this day our daily bread, our sustenance, which begins with the word first, and forgive us of our debts, as we forgive our debtors, and lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. And for thine is thy kingdom and power, and the glory forever. Amen. For if you forgive men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you. But if you forgive not men their trespasses, your neighbor will your Father forgive your trespasses. You still got men that are holding feelings as well in this truth, right? The scriptures tell us how to deal. Okay, so with this lesson, I hope this was edifying. And prayer is definitely power. There's definitely power in prayer if it's done correctly. So with this, I hope this was edifying, and until the next time, Shalom.